Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Today we're going to talk about temptations and falling for temptations. My advice, of course, is to try your best not to fall for any temptation that's going to derail you from where you're going to. The reason why I'm saying this is because I had to make a decision. Temptations are basically options, on our life path. Either to follow our path or to maybe look for a shortcut. And sometimes it's not even a shortcut, sometimes it's just a derailment from where we're supposed to go. The road is long and sometimes a little hard, but we love what is hard and we love doing what is difficult. We love being outside our comfort zone, and we love taking those risks and and trying to make ourselves happy at the end of the day. So to do that, you're going to be faced with choices that will seem, a little greener on the outside, but in reality, if you go there, you're just going to waste your time and fall into traps that you can easily avoid. So yeah, in life we're going to make mistakes, we're going to fall for those temptations, but as we grow older and as we get more conscious and aware and self-aware, we should not fall for those temptations. For example, there are many types of temptations. There are the tiny ones, the everyday decisions we make. Right from when we get up in the morning, there are things that we know we should do, but our body is not strong enough to do it. Not strong both in physical and in mental terms. So we need to gather that strength every time we have to make that decision. Like I said, right from getting up in the morning, knowing what you should do, and not going straight to your phone to check social media. Just to do the things you need to do in the morning. Those are the little temptations that come every day. Those are daily ones. Then there are the temptations that are life altering, that can derail you from your path. For example, I decided last year and everything that when I was done with my studies, that I was going to follow my dreams, which is what I'm doing now, to speak, to write, to be creative, to be an artist. And of course, the temptation came immediately after I finished my studies, that I might not be able to support myself and my family with what I'm doing. So something in my mind was telling me, why not just get a regular job? Then after some years, you can come out and do this part-time while doing the regular job. And after some years, you can come out. And now that's a temptation. That's a choice I have to make. Either to go back to my old ways. It hasn't worked for me before in the past, so there's no reason for me to believe that it's going to work again. And if I want to grow, then I have to make a different choice. And I've decided to make that different choice, even though it was hard. It was a hard decision. Then there are other temptations that come that could be life-altering. It could have to do with your relationship. It can have to do with your marriage. You're going to be tempted to do things that maybe you used to do in the past that was sweet but trouble-inducing. So those temptations are going to keep coming up once in a while, and you're going to have to be strong to say no to them this time. If you used to say yes to them before and they never brought you any long-term joy or gain, then you have to learn how to say no this time. Saying no to short-term pleasure, to immediate satisfaction, to immediate ego fulfillment is what will keep you going in the long term. Is what will bring you that inner peace in the long term. So you're going to be facing those battles on a regular basis. The battle is always in the mind. So you have to win in the mind first. You have to be prepared to go your own path, to go on that unknown charted territory well, there's no end to it, but you have to keep going until you start seeing the benefits of what you're doing. Most times the benefits don't just come immediately. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Most times they don't. So my message for today is that when those old habits, when those old behaviors, when those destructive seductions come your way, which they do, please learn to say no. Let your first answer be no. And even if you think about it, like, take some time to think about it and make the best decision based on your highest values. The only way to raise your vibration, like I said in the last video, is by making those choices that reflect your highest value. They are difficult choices to make. They're not easy. I wouldn't say that they're easy. They're not at all easy. Especially if you have been doing, if you're already used to self-destruction, like I was in the past, then it's difficult to make those choices. But we can start day by day making the small ones that we know that we can overcome, and we keep trying. We keep trying not to fall back into those traps, not to fall back not to fall for those temptations, because they are going to come, and you will have to make a decision. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.